Hello guys, welcome back. In this video, let us learn another interesting topic in AWS cloud. Okay, and we can even learn a service from this video. So now let's say I hosted my website in Mumbai region. Let's say there is a website. This is my website. This is my website where I hosted this website in Mumbai region. Okay, this is what my website. I hosted this in Mumbai region. Okay. Now, now USA clients are also accessing this application at the same time. Do they face low latency? Yes, of course. USA clients will face low latency due to late response. They feel very high latency. Okay. How can I overcome this latency? I hope you know what is this latency from the previous video. If you don't know what is latency, then you must need to watch the previous video so that you can have a good idea on what is latency. So let's say there is a client who is present where in USA I have some clients. Now those clients are trying to access my website. So whenever they are trying to access my website, what happens? It leads to very high latency because since my web servers are present in Mumbai region and since clients are requesting from USA region, they face very high latency because the distance to my website is very high. So now what is my task? As an architect, I want to provide a low latency website to my users. Now the question is, how can I able to provide? How can I overcome this issue? I can overcome this issue by providing the servers again in USA region also. Let's say I also provided my server at where at USA region here. Let's say I have provided one more server in this USA region, and here in this region I have hosted what website. My website I have hosted in this also. Now whenever my USA clients requested, whenever my USA clients requested, then directly the request will send to where? The USA website. How this request will be sent to USA website or Mumbai website, sir? First, whenever my client requests, then the request goes to where? First, it will goes to Route 53. I hope you watched the previous video. There, I told you in previous videos the service that is Route 53. First, the request will go from client to where? From client, the request will directly go to Route 53 at first. After that, this Route 53 will distribute. This Route 53, what it will do? It will distribute the traffic among load balancers. Let's say there is a load balancer present in it in this Mumbai region. Let's say I have a load balancer like this, and in this USA region I have a load balancer like this. Let me write this also. What is the load balancer providing service in AWS? I can visualize here ELB. That is what? Elastic load balancer. Since my load balancer is elastic load balancer, I can visualize this load balancer by using what? ELB service. So let me write that ELB here. ELB. That is what our load balancer providing service in AWS. Now let me ask you a question. Is this ELB is server or service? ELB is a service, so we do not need to maintain the server for that ELB. Now, whenever the client requests, let's say any website. I have a website, let's say btechspark.com. btechspark.com. Now, This load balancer will have their nasty URLs, right? But client requests this URL. Client requests by using this URL. How the request will go to these? This route 53 will map. This route 53 will map this request, whatever the request, that is btechspark.com, to where? To my ELBs. Based on this route 53, this route 53 will remember for this host name. This is the ELB URL, and this is the another ELB URL I have. So I need to route the traffic among these two. This route 53 will remember like this. I need to map to either this ELB or else this ELB. You can do this by using certain configurations. You can provide this ELB's URL as well as this ELB's URL by using DNS management. You can able to provide either this ELB's URL or else this ELB's URL. Okay, so based on that, this route 53 will route the traffic. Now by using this, by providing another website in USA, now my client's need will be fulfilled. Now let's say I'm getting traffic from other regions of the world. Let's say I'm getting traffic from where? From Mumbai. Let's say from Mumbai. From Mumbai also I'm getting traffic. Let's say from Hyderabad. From Hyderabad I'm getting traffic. Now what happens? My request will again go to where? The nearest location, that is what? Mumbai. Based on the traffic, this route 53 will send the traffic to this region or else USA region. Let's say my clients are present in Mumbai, as well as my clients are even present at Australia. Let's say in UK my clients are present. Now these UK clients are also requesting my website. To where this request go? This request first go to where? Route 53. From the route 53 it will go to my website. So the persons who are present in Hyderabad region and UK region are also facing the same issue. Since only for two regions in previously I have provided my website whole infrastructure. Now I have a need. Now what is my need? I need my servers availability at Hyderabad region as well as in UK region as well. So now how can I overcome this issue? Now I create servers in all regions in the world wherever I require. My servers response? No, it is very costly. So I need a service in AWS where it can provide me low latency response to all my clients who are present in all over the world. Is there any such type of service in AWS? Yes, there is a service which is present in AWS where by using that service you can provide low latency for all your clients who are present globally in any region. Based on the region, you can able to provide them low latency. You can even host your website in single region, but you can provide low latency for all other regions. Let's say for USA, you can provide low latency for them. For Hyderabad region, you can provide low latency for them. For UK region, you can provide low latency for them. Sir, how? What is the service which is present in AWS where it can provide me this low latency? The service name is CloudFront. What is that? CloudFront. This is the service that you need to remember, where this service, what does this service will provide you, sir? This service will provide me a low latency. That is, the service will provide me low latency for all the locations. The service will provide me low latency for all the locations, that is all the regions globally. Now, now, how this CloudFront can achieve this low latency response in all the regions, sir? How this CloudFront will achieve low latency for all the regions? Let's say I hosted my website in Mumbai region. I hosted my website in where? In Mumbai region. Let's say I hosted my website. In USA region, let's say my website is not even present at USA region. Okay. In USA region, my website is not present now. Okay. Now my clients, my clients are requesting from USA region, UK region, as well as from Mumbai region also. How? How my website? How can I provide this low latency by using this CloudFront? How this low latency is provided by using this CloudFront? So let us discuss that issue. So in every region, what this CloudFront do is, in every region, this is one region, this is one region, this is one region, this is one region, right? In every region, what this CloudFront will do is, this CloudFront will create an edge location. This CloudFront will create an edge location. Here an edge location will be created, and in USA also there is an edge location is created, and in UK also there is an edge location is created. For every region, in which region you want, in those regions this CloudFront will create edge locations. Okay, what does this edge locations, let me write this. This CloudFront will create what? It will create edge locations in the regions, in every region, wherever you want, in every continent. Don't say region. Whatever the continent you select, in that continent, this AWS will create edge locations. AWS will have edge locations. In every region, AWS will provide you an edge location. This CloudFront, what it will do, sir? In these edge locations, what are the edge locations that AWS has? At those edge locations, this CloudFront will create a cache storage. In these edge locations, what does this CloudFront do? This will create caching. So in these edge locations, caching of my application will happen. Whatever the application for my website is there, for that website, this caching will happen. This caching will happen since I am having my edge location at Hyderabad. For that Hyderabad location, my caching will be happen. For my application, my caching will be happen to Hyderabad location, and my website caching, my application caching will be happen at USA region. Since in USA region also we created this edge location, right? So that's why caching will be happen at USA region as well, and in UK region as well. This caching will happen. Okay, wherever this CloudFront created, wherever the AWS having edge locations, and what are the edge locations we selected, what are the regions or continents that we selected, at those places, in the edge locations, this website or this application caching will happen. Caching of my application will happen. So sir, for this CloudFront, who can manage these edge locations? Completely AWS. Completely AWS will manage those edge locations. If someone asks you, what is the use of edge locations? In CloudFront, what is the use of edge locations? In CloudFront, we use these edge locations for what? For which purpose? We use these edge locations for caching. So let me write this here. we use these edge locations for caching. In CloudFront, what we use? We use these edge locations for what? Caching. In CloudFront, we use these edge locations for what? For caching of my application. For what? For caching of my application, we use these edge locations. Okay. So after caching, whenever you host your application, there you can able to use your CloudFront for low latency. By using this, you can able to provide low latency. How this low latency happens? This CloudFront will create caching in the edge locations. What are the edge locations you select? So to create the caching in these edge locations, do I need to select the locations as well? Yeah. So while configuring, I need to configure these edge locations in CloudFront, right? So let us see what are the things I need to configure while configuring CloudFront, configurations of CloudFront, or else while configuring CloudFront, do I need to provide in which locations I need to cache? In which locations I need to cache my website, right? Yeah. So I need to provide, I need to provide in which locations do this caching happens. That I need to provide, right? Yes, I need to provide in which location I need to cache. Sir, is this AWS provides me in which way? In countries way or in continents way? This AWS provides me edge locations based on continents. It is providing me these edge locations based on continents. So what I need to provide? I need to provide continents. In which continents do I need my caching to happen? In the edge locations of which continents my caching is required, that I need to provide, right? Yes. And we also need to provide the origin. We also need to provide while configuring these CloudFront, we need to provide in which continents the caching need to happen. That means let me write here in which continent, in which continents caching need to happen, in which continent caching need to happens, that we need to provide. And also we need to provide origin, and we also need to provide origin. So what is this origin? Origin is nothing but where do we hosted our application. So let us see what are the possibilities to host our application. What are the services that are possible to host my application? You can host your application by using EC2, right? So those who watched my previous video, they know, they can understood that, they can visualize that. By using EC2, we can able to host our application. And by using Elastic Beanstalk, by using Elastic Beanstalk also we can able to host our application, or else by using Lightsail is also one of the compute service we can host our application. Are these only? No. While explaining about S3, I have also explained you an advanced feature, that is we can able to host our static websites by using S3. So can I say this S3 also becomes one of the origin? Yes. So this S3 also one of the origin for my application hosting. So while configuring our CloudFront, we need to tell in which origin. That means in which service my application is present. So by using origin, you need to select that in which service my origin is present. And we also need to provide what? In which continents do I need to cache? In which continent caching need to happens? That also we need to provide, right? Yeah, these two configurations. In which origin my website, my website is present, that I need to provide, as well as in which regions do I need to cache, that I need to provide. So now, sir, I want to block some areas. I want to block some areas. I want to block some geo areas. So is it possible for me? Yes, it is possible for you to restrict certain areas in this cloud front. By using this cloud front, you can even able to restrict certain areas. So how, sir? You can provide the you can provide this CloudFront will provide you an option to set the geo restrictions. Set the geo restrictions. What is this set the geo restrictions indicate, sir? That means wherever, in which region, in which areas you want to block, that you need to provide here. So by using this setting the geographic restrictions, you can able to stop caching in those locations. Okay. How can we able to provide this low latency by using CloudFront, sir? By using the edge locations, since we are caching there, in that way we are providing the low latency response. Now let us see how this caching happens, or by using which network this caching will be happen. By using which network this caching will be happen. This caching will be happened. This caching will be happened by using content delivery network. How caching happens at edge locations? By using CDN. So let me put this down. So how this caching will be happen? Let me highlight the configurations. Important points. This is the important point. So let me highlight this. And in this, we're providing configurations, right? Let me highlight this. And what I need to provide? Continent for caching need to provide. Continents for caching need to provide. And origin need to be provided. Origin of my website. So let me highlight that. So here continents also need to be highlighted because we need to provide continents, and here also we need to set the restrictions. So let me highlight this as well. Okay. So while configuring your CloudFront, what are the things that you need to provide? You need to provide continents. You need to provide in which continents your caching need to be happen, that you need to provide, and origin, from which origin your website will be hosted, and you need to set the geographic restrictions if you want to. So now let us see how this caching will be happen. How caching happens at edge locations? By using which network this caching will be happens? By using I'm telling a new point. Keenly listen it, keenly observe it. By using CDN, this caching will be happen. By using CDN, this caching will be happen. Sir, what is the full form of this CDN? The CDN full form is Content Delivery Network. So the CDN is what? Content Delivery Network. Okay. So if anybody asks you by using which network this CloudFront will distribute the traffic, by using CDN. Okay. So while sending your data to edge locations, AWS is sending your data through CDN. Does it sending through internet? No. AWS is not using internet to send your data from your website, that is from your application to your edge locations. While sending your data from your application to your edge locations, what this CloudFront is using, which network this CloudFront is using? This CloudFront is using CloudFront network, let's say CloudFront network while caching, while caching to edge locations. So what is the CloudFront network while caching to edge locations? CDN, content delivery network. It's not through internet. It is not sending, it is not caching its edge locations by using internet. Then how it is caching, sir? It is caching by using what? Content delivery network, not by using internet. Must remember this point. Maybe in sometimes this also asked in certification questions, not using internet. So network is not internet. What is the network? Content delivery network that is used by CloudFront to cache the edge locations. While caching the edge locations in CloudFront uses content delivery network, not internet. So all your application data is cached where is cached to edge locations. By using which content, by using which network? Content delivery network. Okay, CDN. Now, how much time? How much time my whole application will require to become cached? So instead of this, can I can we go with another question, that is how much time? Yeah, let's move on with this only. To say this time, there is a concept. What is the concept name? That is TTL. What does this TTL full form, sir? TTL stands for time to live. What does this TTL indicates? Time to live. Okay. For example, I said my TTL is equals to, for this particular example, I have said my TTL is equals to 15. TTL is equals to 15. What does the TTL full form is? TTL full form is time to live. That means your application will be cached at edge locations. At these edge locations, your application is cached for how many hours? For 15 hours. So for every 15 hours, your application, whatever the application which is present at Mumbai region, is cached at USA region, UK region, and Hyderabad region. So this TTL indicates the total time my content, is live at my cache location, or else after every TTL hours, can I say again caching of my application happens? Yes. So after every TTL hours, my caching of my application happens. What is this TTL indicates? This TTL indicates total time my content will live, at the cache location, at the edge location, total time my content will live. So this represents my TTL. So let's take example. Let's say in my application, in my website application, I have sai.jpg. I have a photo that is sai.jpg. Since my time to live is 15 hours, initially this website is cached at where this Hyderabad edge location, USA edge location, and UK edge location. Now let's say my client is accessing my website. Now he can able to see sai.jpg. Now let's say I want to replace this file with ajay.jpg. So now I'm just replacing this sai.jpg with ajay.jpg. So whenever I replaced, immediately is this change will cache data edge locations? No. Immediately this caching is not happened. So then when the caching will be happened, sir? This caching will be happened after my time got finished. After my TTL time got finished, then only this caching will be happened. So after how many hours my Ajay got visible at my edge locations? After 15 hours only, Ajay got updated at cache locations. So since and up to 15 hours, what is the image that I can see there? You can able to see Sai there because you hosted Sai in previous in application. So that is visible in your website till 15 hours. After that, it will again update your content which is present in your application in your edge locations in Mumbai, UK, USA, and UK. So now let's say I want to immediately change my application. I want to immediately change my application data at the edge locations. Then how can I change? How can I change my how can I change? I want to change immediately my application data. That is, I want to change my application data forcefully at edge locations. So let's say I have changed my website. Let me tell you with an example. Let me tell you the concept. After that, I can explain you an example. So I want to change my application data. So here in the application, I have provided some data. Now I want to change the data immediately in my edge locations. That means, let's say, let us take the same example. I have sai.jpg in my web application. Now this data is cached at this edge location, this edge location, and this edge location. Now I immediately forcefully want to change this image to ajay.jpg. I immediately want to change this data to ajay.jpg. Then is there any option available in AWS? Yes, there is a option available. The option name is invalid cache. By using this option, what is that option? Invalid cache, invalidate cache, invalidate cache. By using this option, by using this invalidate cache option, you can able to by using this option you can able to update immediately your application data in edge locations. By using this option you can able to do what? You can able to update your website web application data at your edge location. You can forcefully update immediately at your edge locations. Let's say, let me provide you an example for this also. Let's say in your application, in your application, it is showing for a project, your application is showing how much for a application for a project it was showing $10. Let's say it was showing $10. By mistakenly one of the website creator will put a cost of $10, but the actual cost of it is $100. But the actual cost is $100. Now he immediately want to update this, right? So or else if he was not updated, then what are the clients will buy? They got they'll pay up to 10 rupees only, $10 only, right? Yes, they pay only $10. So what is his need now? He immediately need to update the $10 to where? $100 he need to update. Now whenever he updated, but after TTL time only, right? It was updated at the edge locations. but now he want immediate updations during that moment of time. Then what he need to do? He need to invalidate the cache. He need to invalidate the cache. If he invalidate the cache, then again the caching will be happen to edge locations. So by using this option, he can able to immediately forcefully change the caching data which is present in edge locations. He can able to update the current website data to edge locations by using invalidate cache option. Okay, so let's have one more certification question. Do this CloudFront, do this CloudFront will cache your static content or dynamic content or both? So this website is having both static as well as dynamic content, right? So now this CloudFront will cache only static content or only dynamic content to your edge locations or both? The answer for this is both. This CloudFront will cache both static as well as dynamic content. So let me write this here. This is also one of the important certification question. Must need to remember. So this CloudFront will cache both static and dynamic content of your website, of your web application at edge locations. So this, if anybody asks you in certification or else in interview, this CloudFront will cache only your static content or dynamic content also. Then what is your answer? It will cache both static as well as dynamic content also. Both the contents will be cached by this CloudFront. Okay. So whenever you created your CloudFront, it also provides you an AST URL, right? Same like this Elastic Load Balancer, this CloudFront will also provide you an AST URL. Now let's say I have a client in Mumbai region and he requested for my website. So he requested for btechspark.com. Now what happens? My request will send first to Route 53. From Route 53, where it will be routed? It will be routed to, since Mumbai, it is having a elastic load balancer, the request will be routed to this elastic load balancer. This Route 53 will remember this address and this domain name. So whenever this domain name comes from the Mumbai region, then it will just route to where this Mumbai region LB URL. Now let's say my client is present where? My client is present at USA region. My client is present at USA region. Now he requested. What does he do? He requested for my website. Now where the request will go? Request will go? The request will go at first to where? The request will go at first to Route 53. So then after, let's say my client is present at USA, he's requested my route, my website. Now the request will reach to where first? At first it will reach to Route 53. After that, it will reach to where? After that, it will reach to the edge locations. It will reach to the edge location which is present at the client region. Where the client is present? In USA, right? In this USA region, the request is routed to that particular edge location. So whenever the request will reach to this edge location, then from there in the edge location, I am having my application data, right? Both static and dynamic data. So that's why from there my response will be got back to my client who is present in USA region. So this is how CloudFront will actually distributes the traffic by using which network? Content delivery network. And how much time it will hold the data at edge locations? It will hold the data at edge locations for how much time? For TTL amount of time it will hold the data. Okay. So if anybody asks you which type of data this edge locations will hold, which type of caching data will this edge locations will hold while you are using CloudFront, then what is your answer? Your answer must be both static as well as dynamic content of my website. And so while configuring your CloudFront, what you need to configure? You need to configure the continents where your edge locations need to be present, and what is the from which origin your website is hosted, and what is the geo restrictions that you need to set. That means in which regions you want to block your data. That means in which regions you want to block your response, CloudFront response. So that you need to provide. So I hope from this video you have learned how this CloudFront service will work, and what are the things that I need to provide to CloudFront service while configuring that CloudFront service, and how the networking happens in the CloudFront. So I hope you have a good idea on this CloudFront service. In future video, we're going to implement lab on it also. So there you can understood more better than now. So I hope this video is understanding to you. If you like the video, this content is useful to you, please like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates. See you back in the next video. Until then, bye bye. Thanks for watching again.